Good morning everyone, welcome back to David at Go-To Hobbies. Right, we're going to talk about tailgating today and how can you try to avoid the situation of getting bullied, tailgated, and how to defuse the situation for yourself to get where you're going safer. Because I'm an experienced driver, there's things I would do. And one of those things I'll pass on to you to help you to deal with these absolute moron HGV drivers. I'm a HGV driver myself, and what I find is that there's no respect for their license, there's no respect for people's safety, and I find it absolutely mind-boggling how other drivers can drive so stupidly and carelessly, putting everyone's lives at risk, not only their own. So what do? You've got a 44-ton Arctic 10 foot off your bumper. Hopefully you've got enough space in front of you to accelerate. The problem is, if you're in a 50-mile-an-hour section, normally the speed cameras don't activate to about 55, 56 mile an hour. There's a sort of wriggle room. But what I'd suggest you do is go a little bit faster. I know it's probably controversial, but you need to get away from the muppet that's be sitting on your arse. It's all very well indicating left for him to pull past, but some drivers have got very low mentality. In other words, they just like pissing people off. They're also like bullying other drivers, intimidating them, and driving without due care and attention. This being said, you've got to think about your safety, your passenger safety, your children's safety, and let alone your pets and your wife and so on. All are very important. It depends on the situation you're in. If you've got nothing really in front of you, you can sort of speed up a little bit, indicate left. That normally works in certain situations, or slow down a little bit, not much. So he's got the trouble with the HGVs, they don't like being held up. Most of these Muppets don't anyway. And the problem you've got is they want to get past you. And if you're sitting in the middle lane and they can't get past you because they're not allowed into the third lane, so you're better off sitting in the near side lane and allow them to overtake you. So slowing down a little bit is probably a good thing. Just a couple indications or 3 indicators on the left hand indicator to tell them that you want them to pass. HGV drivers are normally very experienced, but it doesn't say they've got very much brain power. The problem is there's drivers and the screwdrivers, and they've made themselves a rod for their own back, let's just say that. It's a shame to be associated with these Muppets, but I'm a HGV driver too, but I don't drive to these poor standards. And all I can say to you as a HGV driver is I offer you my apologies for the rest of the HGV drivers that are absolutely mindless morons. We're not all the same. You can't paint us all the same brush. Some of us are good. I mean, I've got 40 years experience, and I don't consider driving like that a safe and courteous and safe manner. So that's why I don't do it. Even if it was safe to do it, I wouldn't do it, because it's just ludicrous driving so close to someone's rear of the car. I wouldn't do it, end of. But what I'm saying to you is, as a HGV driver, you've got to think about your safety. And by sitting in the middle lane doing 50 mile an hour is the fastest way to piss HGV drivers off, because You might be doing 50. Their speedo says 50 or 49, and they want to be doing 81 kilometers because they want to get to where they want to get to and get home tonight. Doesn't give them an excuse to do what they do. So what I'm saying to you, treat every case as different and treat everyone as a blithering idiot, because you won't go far wrong. Yesterday I saw 3 traffic cars pull up, and I can't remember what the other 2 were, trucks to junction 34 of the M1. Well done to the police, about time, because HGV drivers need to be brought to task over what they're doing wrong, because they're intimidating other drivers and they're putting other drivers' lives at risk. I know the police have got a difficult job. They're undermanned, underfunded, and basically everyone thinks they're crap, but they don't. They're there for you when things go bad, and when they are not bad and when you're doing something wrong, they're there for you too, which is good. But what I'm saying to you is, try to not sit in the middle lane. If you're going to sit at a speed, sit at 3 miles an hour under the speed which is due for that road. In other words, if it's sort of a 50 mile an hour speed section, sit at 47. That gives them 3 miles an hour or 4 miles an hour to overtake you. But don't sit in the middle lane. This is why HGV drivers get frustrated, because they can't do the speed they want to speed, but they don't take other people's lives in consideration. Unfortunately, there's a lot of screwdrivers out there and very little drivers like me. I'm not pretending to be, the perfect driver. I make mistakes, but I try to drive as safe and courteously, get the words right, and being tolerant, I think, is the best thing, and not being an absolute dickhead of a driver. And that's the problem we have. We have too many dickheads, too many screwdrivers think they can drive, but they can't. Yeah, they might drive a truck, they might drive a car or van, but you're not driving it safely. So what I'm trying to say to you here is, think about the situation. What is the safest way to resolve this? If you're the only one in the road and you're sitting in the middle lane, you've been an absolute dick. What do you expect? You're going to piss people off. End of. Don't be a dickhead. All I'm saying is, drive with a bit of courtesy and stop being an absolute moron. But this is why HGV drivers get pissed off, because drivers are doing that. And what tends to happen, everyone gets painted with the same brush, which doesn't help, because HGV drivers see it day in, day out. And it's not an easy job being an HGV driver, but there's no excuses for the way they drive. After 40 years of being a HGV driver, I've seen many, many, many things, and a lot of them are not nice. But I'll talk to you about those in another video. But all I can say, to make the roads safer and your life safer, don't sit in the middle lane. Don't sit at 50 miles an hour. Sit a little bit under the 50 miles an hour so vehicles can pass you safely. That's the secret. Do 47 miles an hour. That way, if you've got someone sitting your ass, you've got 2 choices, or 3 choices. One, you speed up. It encourages them to speed up. But remember, these lorry drivers and other drivers are dickheads. Everyone is an absolute dickhead. If you remember that, you won't go far wrong. As I'm saying, and that is to either speed up, slow down a little bit, indicate left, or get out their bloody way. You got to take your life into consideration, and you want to get home tonight. So hopefully what I've told you might save your life and prevent an accident. So until the next time, be safe, drive safe, and stay safe, and take care, everyone. And if you did enjoy the video, please give us a thumbs up and teeth back in. Bob the Goldfish job. Subscribe to the channel. Take care everyone. Bye for now.